butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it's day. I miss my cocoa butter.
I don't even know what it is. I would just say good. You know
I
what I'm
miss my
saying?
cocoa butter
It's day or night. I'm back.
Blam! Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got
You already know this. SNA gang!
Tell them mama, watch how I attack this. I cannot get no access. Plotting on the brand new V, I call that the flagship. We used to eat.
I bet. Hey, man. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We got an intro and shit like that, nigga. Niggas becoming professional. Niggas go, whoa, why this shit, bro? I bet. Let's get into this.
Consciousness, minor character development followed, and before you can blame
My bad?
Eat a 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie.
Nah, that nigga. Nah, that nigga. That nigga
Life?
knew he was gonna die, bro.
kind of sucks.
let's keep it a buck.
Don't get me wrong, the gift of life is a beautiful thing and all
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
then again,
yeah,
none
this
of
is a
us really
shitty
asked to be
like
here, and then
existence,
one day
bro.
you gain consciousness,
This is
minor
a shitty
character
existence.
development
I don't
followed,
be
and before you
aligned
can
or
blink
some
twice,
shit.
you got student loans, a job, and taxes. All that aside, though, we actually have it pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, no cap.
we could be ants, because in the game of life, ants have some of the most creatively cruel game
Nah, if I was that nigga, I'll be pissed, bro.
overs
I'm not
of
gonna
any
lie.
animal. To be fair, ants do have a lot
Oh,
going for them.
animals? My
They take
nigga,
the
you
whole
telling me
strength
I
in
come
numbers
as an
thing and put it
ant,
on
bro?
steroids,
Fuck.
resulting in a eusocial insect able to weaponize its community to take down threats hundreds of times its size, like an angry Twitter mob. The all-for-one mentality is how ants have managed to stay in the game for well over 100 million years, with today over 12,000 flavors of them seasoning virtually every part of the earth that isn't
Bro,
Antarctica.
that
problem-
I don't know how ants are still like here, bro. I don't know how ants are still popping out here,
being
bro.
so ancient is that your neighbors have
They
had
have
that
so
much time
many
to evolve
like
around your
enemies and stuff like
existence,
that.
which
That's
often
like,
involves using the ant's own habits and
You know?
traits against them.
It's
And
like,
trust me,
how?
you're gonna see just how ridiculous some animals got with it. Plenty of animals' grocery lists have ants on it. It'd be virtually impossible to list all of them, but here are some of the most memorable for us and traumatizing for the ants. For
Oh.
example, this is an ant graveyard, and most ants don't find out till it's too late. That's because the ant line is the equivalent of a Call of Duty camera that digs a
Oh.
funnel-shaped crater in the
Yeah.
sand and then hides in the center of it, completely invisible to the rest of the world.
Oh,
All it
ain't no
takes is
way.
one ant to step into the death trap to get sent sliding into the center. And with the shifting sands and the ant line tracking the ant through vibrations and actively flicking up sand, the harder the ant tries to struggle, the further it slides into the pit, directly into the snare trap jaws. And considering some ant lines can spend years in a stakeout, once they do grab the ant, they waste little
fuck you mean years at a stakeout, my nigga? What are you doing? Ain't no way he just said years in a stakeout, bro.
time injecting it with venom to paralyze it, along with
What?
enzymes to digest
I wanna try something. Alright. Airlines are pretty much harmless to you. Editor was once bidden. Who the fuck is the editor, my nigga? Like, how much is this up? The editor. It's a whole ass movie. What the fuck? Alright, nigga, get it how you live it, I
from the
guess.
literal inside out, which is when the ant gets its actual life essence sucked from it by the antlion drinking its liquefied insides. And once the ant serves no further purpose, the antlion yeets the violated corpse out the trap like an empty Capri Sun and then goes back into its homicide hovel to wait to feed on the next ant's mistake. And if that process sounds familiar, it's cause this is bar for bar what the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars was inspired by. The worst part is, even if the ant manages to struggle up one side of the pit, real-life Jabba will throw up
That's
sand from the
so
center,
tough,
causing the sand
bro.
around it to collapse, along with the meal-prepped ant with it. A camping tremor isn't the ant's only paralysis demon. A Canthaspis patax is an assassin bug that also murks anything ant for a living. Like the antlion, that involves administering tissue-melting toxins and then murks anything ant. Isn't the ant's only paralysis demon. A Canthaspis patax is an assassin bug that also murks anything ant for a
What the hell
living.
is a
Like the
Canthaspis?
antlion, a Canthaspis patax
Canthaspis.
with it. A camping tremor isn't the ant's only paralysis.
My what's a Canthaspis? Okay, ma, now you're chatting. You're chatting now, ma. Because it's an animal, so you're chatting. Okay, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. You talked there. Okay, this is that's what a premium cheddar looks like. All right.
And around it to collapse, along with the meal prep ant with it. A camping tremor isn't the ant's only paralysis demon. A Canthaspis patax
Canthaspis patat. Honestly, I can even like search this out correctly. What the? Hey, let's see how Google spells it.
isn't the ant with it. A camping tremor isn't the ant's only paralysis demon. A Canthaspis patax is an assassin.
Oh my! I know I got the subtitles as soon as it told me,
A
bro.
camping tremor isn't the ant's only paralysis demon. A Canthaspis patax is an
Protex? Nah, this is now it's just challenging again, alright?
assassin bug that also murks anything ant for a living.
Assassin
Like
bug?
the antlion, that
Bro, you know
involves
how
administering
scary that joint sounds, bro?
tissue-melting
Assassin
toxins and then
bug, boy?
slurping the life out of it. But they don't just toss out the used and abused ant carcass when they're done. The nymph gathers the soul evacuated bodies of his
What?
victims and then wears it like a jacket.
Ain't no
This
way! Nah, he dripping though, low key. I ain't gonna
goes the
serial
assassin bug carry
kill.
on
He
its ant
dripping
onslaught
low
while
key.
camouflaging it so it too doesn't get put on a t-shirt. This is the first example of what I said about animals using the ant's habits against them. The spiders that the nymph normally would have to worry about also don't want smoke with an angry ant mafia. So scientists believe that cosplaying as an ant army keeps the underage assassin bug alive long enough to reach its adult form, when they don't need a carcass scarf to survive. But it also means that an ant's entire existence can really come down to being a part of some assassin's ensemble. I only listed two.
Is
It
that a
gets so
mosquito?
much worse. Forward flies are one of the biggest obstacles to an ant's pursuit of happiness.
Nah, y'all got it, bro. Ain't no way you're getting what you call it, obliterated
But
by a
the United
fly,
States tried to
bro.
weaponize the flies against them. The nightmare starts when a forward fly, which can be easily mistaken for a fruit fly, penetrates the thorax of the ant and then leaves behind an egg and then just takes off like only a destructive deadbeat can. This doesn't kill the ant, but the events that follow make it wish it did. Because once the egg hatches, it migrates to the ant's head where it begins eating it from the inside. The victimized ant is alive for all this, but seemingly goes into a catatonic state. After a couple weeks, we're basically talking about a zombie ant getting its vessel carjacked by the fly larva. That's not
That's
hyperbole.
tough.
The larva devours the ant's brain in its last chance of free will and then forces its self-imprisoned ant to just wander around aimlessly. Eventually, the larva manages to guide the ant to its ideal nursery grounds, that being some leaf litter or a crack in the soil. And in its final act, and after weeks of pretty much being locked in the sunken place, the ant's head literally divorces the rest of its body as the felony fly larva spits out enzymes that destroy the very membranes keeping the head and body together.
No way, bro. That's tough. off. I said, now how are you not getting clipped, bro? Unless it, nah. Imagine going to the afterlife, you get reborn, what you call it. Your friend gets to become like a lion or something, and you get to become a red ant, bro. I'll be pissed. Nah, I would actually be pissed, bro. There's no way, bro.
The long past tense ant's mouth. It's a fate that would violate the Geneva Convention, but since insects have very little rights, the United States have been trying to use forward flies in the fight against fire ants. Fire ants that were accidentally Ubered into the American Southwest in the 1930s from Brazil and have proceeded to spread worse in a TikTok trend. So scientists have imported forward flies as the most brutal form of population control for the fire ants that really didn't ask to be here in the first place. And apparently, the flies only subtract a small portion of the fire ants, but the threat of them drastically disrupts the colony's activities and forces them to retreat underground. To be fair, you'd be a whole lot less productive if you witnessed your neighbor's head fall off and a whole alien crawl out. On one hand, weaponizing flies is probably less destructive than mass Febrezing pesticides like DDT. But on the other, playing
that is true, bro. That shit cause the environment and shit.
Have a good ending. But either way, it's another example of an animal that's tailored its entire existence around griefing ants. And it's not the only fly that's learned how to hoe ants.
I think that's like a worse way to go out, bro. Getting infected by a parasite in your head, bro.
Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. Ants often do this thing where they'll feed another ant by regurgitating into the mouth of the receiver. Oh yeah, it's nasty, but not only are they sharing food, but ants like carpenter ants transfer proteins to help boost disease resistance and overall colony immunity. Enter the flies. One species of South African fly figured out the signal one ant will use on its donor to initiate the food transfer. So the flies come in and use the signal touching the mouth region of the ant to force it to give up its food. And as smart as they allegedly are, the ants aren't smart enough to realize they're getting fleeced out of food by a fly, which is probably how they got the nickname.
You're telling me on top of that, you're a small puny ant. Ant, you dumb? Ain't no way, bro.
Like I
it's
said,
rats, bro. Ain't no way, bro. That's a tough existence. I'm gonna keep it apart.
Can use it against you. Because when ants
think about it though. Imagine if we were ants, bro. Like what you call it? The race above us looks at us like we're ants. Yo, you think ants think we're gods? Like think about it though. You see these big ass humans come towards you. Don't think like it's supernatural or something, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
aren't getting trapdoored by ant lions, finessed by flies, or turned into a light flex by an assassin. Ants are often the victim of some of the most complex manipulation in the entire animal kingdom. One example is how this entire butterfly's existence depends solely on deceiving ants. The Alcon blue butterfly has no weapons, no venom, no armor at all. But what they do have are pheromones that are almost identical to that produced by ant larvae. So when the caterpillar airdrops itself down to the forest floor, it's almost immediately taken in by a colony of ants. By mimicking
is that someone's hand? What the hell is that?
Smell, the caterpillar manages to get VIP treatment from the same ants that could turn it into coffin stuffing. The ants carry it into their nest where they feed the caterpillar like one of their own. To the point where if there's ever a food shortage, the intruder manages to savvy its way into getting priority over their actual young. Especially since the caterpillar is able to mimic the sound the ant queen makes in order to get more attention.
What the hell? Wait, are ants blind? Several ant species such as army ants spend the majority of their life underground and are completely blind. Ants can detect movements, see the areas around them, but rely more on the... So they have eyes, but they're just like, they can't use them though. That's what I'm saying. They do not have well-developed visual. That's tough.
And I get that it took millions of years of trial and error to get it right. That is some wild commitment. The Alcon maintains the frog until one day it pupates and flies out the ant nursery with the ants unaware of just how hard they got played. This game plan works out so well for the butterfly that even one of the slowest animals on Earth takes a cue from them and pulls a fast one on ants. Ants love eating snail slime. I want you to remember that piece of information. It's going to be real important later.
Okay.
One species of snail will purposely secrete slime in order to attract the ants who kidnap it and carry it into their nest. Since most ants will 100% eat a snail alive, at first this looks like self-subtraction with extra steps. But once carried into the ant fortress, the snail suddenly stops releasing the slime that got it there in the first place. And somehow not being seen as food gives the snail diplomatic immunity, and they're able to move around the nest untouched and even feed on the groceries the ants bring in while contributing a total of
So it's just being a fat
At least with the
ass.
Alcon Blue and the snail, technically no one really gets hurt. But one animal manages to not only completely manipulate its ant marks, it does it in one of the most ridiculously complicated ways possible.
All right,
Look at this-
that's at least bad. Like, if I'm getting paid, at least
Look.
I'm not getting paid that much. Yeah, they're selling my resources and supplies, but at least they're not like offering us.
This finna be a novel.
know what I'm
The
saying?
jihad starts with a parasitic flatworm that enslaves the ant through mind control. You see the pattern here, right? Completely against its will, the ant is forced by the flatworm shacking up in its brain to climb up a flower or stem and clamp its jaws around the tip of the stem, where it can wait for up to 2 months. Wait for what exactly? Basically for an animal that eats grass to come in and take the zombie ant with it. End of the road for the ant, but the parasite manages to make its way into the liver of its new host, which is probably why the flatworm is called the liver fluke. And if you think getting lodged inside a cow's liver is a dead end, then you must not have believed me when I told you how needlessly complicated this stuff gets. While feeding on whatever cow, sheep, or rabbit unintentionally murked the ant, the fluke lays eggs that then get deuced out by the same host. Those eggs don't get to hatch until a snail comes along and eats the droppings, along with the eggs in them. And it's
What?
while getting taxied by host number 3 that the eggs hatch and proceed to irritate the snail to the point where they get ejected, along with a good amount of snail slime. You remember what I
What
said
the
about snail snot and who likes to eat it? And it's once an ant feeds on
Oh, my, so it's just an endless ass
contaminated
cycle.
parasite-loaded goop that this vicious cycle restarts itself.
Oh my
Pretty much
God.
the liver fluke's life cycle looks more like a Family Guy cutaway. But instead of Meg, the biggest casualty in all of this is an ant that thought it scored an easy meal, but instead gets turned into an easy meal. And I know what you're thinking, and yes, there's a fungus that
Niggas collecting all this like, hey, come eat some of this, bro. There's some free ass, what you call it? Slime stuff on the floor right here, man. You were eating good tonight, man. Why is he so funny?
does the exact
What happened to Gerald? Why is he crawling up a stem for? What happened to Max? Why is he also doing that?
Ants live through the last
I
of us
say-
firsthand when a cordyceps fungus infects an ant, robs it of its life choices, and then forces its new vessel to climb up high enough until it makes it clamp its vice grip jaws around a stem, and then it just stands there waiting for the sweet release of permasleep. And once the ant becomes a was, its withered body becomes ground zero as the fungus proceeds to
What is this about?
when a cordyceps, there's a fungus that does the exact same thing. Ants live through the last of us firsthand when a cordyceps fungus infects an ant, robs it of its life choices, and then forces its new vessel to climb up high enough until it makes it clamp its vice grip jaws around a stem, and then it just stands there waiting for the sweet release of permasleep. And once the ant becomes a was, its withered body becomes ground zero as the fungus proceeds to explode.
What's the
at
point?
it, with the fruiting body growing out of the decommissioned ant's head. And from there, it spits out spores in order to continue the cycle of completely desecrating the ant's way of life. So as you can see, there are many obstacles to an ant's very existence.
That is
Taxes
so
don't seem too
tough.
bad now, huh? But by far, the biggest threat to ant survival are other ants. Ants regularly commit acts of war against other colonies, and the outcome is just as horrific as you'd think. Apart from the mass slaughterings, ants regularly participate in slavery. When ants like the red formica raid enemy
Fuck you
nests, it's
mean?
not enough for them to red
Nigga, this
run and
isn't
get
human
those to try to
history,
slow
like,
it down.
what
They'll
you
make
mean
off
they
with as much of the victim
partake in
colony's
what?
larvae as possible. In a season, they can abduct thousands. Back at the kidnapper's home base,
Thousands?
stolen children are born with no
What are
way of
these
knowing how
niggas-
they got there and are
Nah,
conditioned
bro,
to
you
serve
didn't
the
get these
colony
ass
that
peggers in
massacred
NBA
their
getting
dad.
a
The kidnapped
thousand
are made to
steals,
do
my
tasks
boy.
such as maintain the nest, go
Fuck
out
you
and search
mean?
for food, and even look after the next generation of baby snatchers. They'll even do that weird food transfer vomiting thing I told you about to feed their own captors. But don't think for a second that the kidnappers get off scot-free. Eventually, the enslaved turn on their kidnappers by hitting them where it hurts the most. A good number of the slave maker ant pupae get murked by the same slave workers that were supposed to be looking after them. This getback can delete more than half the colony's children before they finish the pupal stage and become adults. And in some cases, up to 2/3 of the slaver's offspring get relieved from life. I've made this joke before, but that's Django Unchained levels of getback, which is
Yeah.
why another ant figured out a safer way of griefing their ops. The Solenopsis daguerreae of South America is another parasite whose queen will
Nah, what the
infiltrate
fuck?
the nest of, for example, red fire ants. And instead of immediately turning the queen into a hashtag, the parasite instead steals the food intended for her, which pretty much kills the actual queen slowly. And while that's happening, the parasite queen starts spawning eggs, which the workers unknowingly take care of. And once her children are developed and ready, they fly off like a virus to infect even more colonies. The Solenopsis is such a
So it's
menace
just a
that,
fake
just like
ant.
with Ford flies, This parasite has been used to nerf the red fire ants that have become invasive in some places. And at this point, it's pretty clear that the ants' entire purpose is to serve the colony and by extension the queen. This means that some ants have essentially sold their souls for the ant kingdom's best interests. Soldier ants are so geared for war and nothing else that they physically can't feed themselves, and without worker ants to mama bird them, they'd starve.
But
the
what the
cephalotes
fuck?
spent evolution points on a head.
What the hell is that? Nah, bro. God keeps on making these new variations of ants like it's funny.
Enough to block entrances to their nest from intruders. Pretty dope until you realize their entire life's purpose comes down to just being a living door. All this to protect the queen who would 100% throw her colony under the bus if it benefits her. That's not speaking hypothetically either. Queen ants have been known to backdoor their own colony. Many ant colonies have more than one queen, which on paper should be a good thing since more queens means more workers means better chance for the colony to prosper. The problem is the small but very real chance that the workers turn on the extra queens and take them out of power. Permanently.
Why?
Queen ants seem to know this, so sometimes they'll try to be slick and purposely produce less eggs so that they can save their energy fighting off any disobedient subordinates if it ever gets to that point. The caveat is producing less eggs and therefore less workers actually hurts the colony overall, even if it helps the one queen. The problem is the workers know it, and they can sense how fertile a queen is based on chemicals. So if the worker—
Fuck you mean? Hey, bro, I think this other queen been lying to us. I know that bitch. I know that bitch fertile, bro. Ain't no way she been lying to us, bro. I've been peeping it since day one, bro. As soon as she came in here, bro, I've been
that one of the
peeping
queens
it.
is holding out on them, it's curtains for her. Ant politics means if the ant queen gets too selfish, she gets executed, but become too much of a team player with other queens in power, and the queen ant becomes completely defenseless in the case of a mutiny, since the process of making so many eggs means she doesn't have any energy left to defend herself. But no ant pays a higher price for being a team player than a species found in Southeast Asia. These ants don't have huge mandibles or stingers, but when their colony is under attack, then you see exactly why they were named Colobopsis explodens. They have huge glands under their abdomen, and as a last resort, they'll force the glands to burst and cause themselves to explode. This act of self-subtraction coats the enemy in this toxic, sticky, glue-like gunk that traps the attackers while also poisoning them. The ants kamikaze themselves, but they do it for the good of the colony. And this isn't even the only way ants will voluntarily cross themselves off the census. There's a species of Brazilian ant that'll seal the entrance to their nest every night to keep—
But how do you know that you can even do that though? Like realistically, how do you know like gay, bro? If ever becomes time. Excuse me, like did someone train them or something? Like how does they understand that?
The problem is, they use actual living ants to close the entrance from the outside. And with no way to get back in, a few brave worker ants spend the night outside the safety of the nest, and become past tense by the time the nest is opened again in the morning. But at least when these ants sign their own obituary, it's by choice and for a purpose. There is no choice or purpose to what's happening here. Two things to know about army ants. Number one, they're nomads. They don't make a permanent settled down nest and are constantly on the move. Number two is that army ants are essentially blind and rely on pheromones to get around.
What?
An ant mill like this happens when a small party of ants gets separated from the rest of the foraging group, and while lost, they begin to start following each other. And with no way of knowing they're going in an endless circle, you see exactly why this has been called the death spiral. They just keep going until they eventually pass tense to pure exhaustion, and not all ant mills are this small. One of the first death spirals ever seen was about 1,200 feet across. For the non-Americans, that's about 365 meters, and for the Americans with no concept of distance like me, that's
365 meters, my nigga? I don't even know. How? Kilometers 1,000. Yeah, that's pretty long,
more
but it's
than
not
3
that
football
long, I
fields, and
guess.
apparently it took each ant 2.5 hours just to complete one lap. And out of all the disturbing ways ants get logged out of life, this might be the worst one. Mindlessly marching in a circle, blindly following the guy in front of you until your number eventually gets called. Yeah, it's the worst one because for some people, it's the most relatable. And on that note, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you go outside and do something you wouldn't normally do. Break out of the rut any chance you can.
What do you mean? No, what do you mean by that? Let's chill out, bro. You might influence some people to do some unsavory acts, bro.
Racism is here. White people might not think it's here, but it's here.
When I walked into poetry class, just
How crazy was that video we're watching, bro?
The idea that I was ready for this.
That is one place I do not want to get found out.
I'm treated exactly the same, whether I'm black or whether I'm white.
Kind of waiting for somebody to go, hey, nigger.
A lot of white people love the opportunity to say that word.
I think he's just looking to find things that aren't there.
That's bullshit. You want to sit on the little lily white pedestal and say shit is not happening in the world, and that's bullshit.
We Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world ain't
Oh
black
man,
and
I know
white.
Ice Cube made the what you call the theme song as well, my nigga.
Wrong, I'm about to do right. Black as midnight or bright as Snow White. You better do me right or I'ma have to take flight. Put you on
What?
ice, blast on you twice. If you a zebra, better come out them stripes.
Like, how did this nigga just? How are you okay with this? I just to be like, what you call it? Your name to be associated with this, bro. And it's interesting as hell, but still, my nigga, like, produce Friday 5 or some shit, my nigga, like.
Vowel chart, and it's a very handy tool for this kind of work because it's actually a map of where your tongue moves in your mouth to make the various vowel sounds that we use.
Today we're going to meet with a dialect coach who's going to coach us on how to speak with more of a black dialect. And the Sparks are going to meet with a dialect coach to learn how to speak with more of a white dialect.
Black
I'll have to
dialect.
I type my try.
No, bro, that nigga looks like a proud dad, bro. I know.
There is black talk or white talk. I mean, there is a difference.
Ga, cha,
In a black household, the minute we need to do something of importance or go on an interview, the first thing that we do is say, let me put on my white voice. And that's because we live in a white society.
Don't. No.
Everybody.
So good. Everybody.
Oh yeah, right. So you take out the
You take
Z.
the V out.
Everybody.
Everybody.
It sounds like I'm saying airy body.
Yes,
You kind of are. You are, yeah. Everybody.
Black people.
Everybody. I find it everybody. Hey, fans, this is time I swear I don't care about it.
Life. Good. Pine.
Then.
Bro, yeah, I don't really feel like what you call it. You teaching the black nigga how to speak quiet is really the concern. It's more of the white person to learn how to speak black, because the white people use the English, what you call it? How do you call it? It's the English dialect, how it's supposed to be used. Black people, what you call it, prolong though. You know I sound wild when I say this shit. You already know what I mean.
Put the N on it.
Then.
That's perfect. I say ah.
Renee and I were working with a dialect coach. I was learning to talk black, and Renee was learning to talk white. We were switching places.
Well, hello, dear. How are you doing today? An edge is not an easy thing to polish.
It was just like a friendly conversation, just she was talking black and I was talking white.
Yo, bitch.
Yo, bro, that nigga, the boy, she looks like she had some sleepless nights, bro.
Edge is not an
Damn, look at her.
easy thing to polish.
It was just like a friendly conversation, just she was talking black and I was talking white.
Yo, bitch.
What the hell was this?
Just she was talking black and I was talking white.
Yo, bitch.
Yo, bitch.
Yo, bitch. Out of the blue in our conversation, she goes, hey, you bitch. I heard that word and it was like, whoa, where'd that come from? She kind of laughed it off, but I wasn't laughing.
I really had thought that was an affectionate name between blacks. Yo, bitch.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, how they find the whitest niggas of all time, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I don't really think any person's like this anymore, bro. And if they are, they're like over the age of 50. Cause no, like, what you call it, new gen person's thinking like this, bro. How do people like this even spawn? Like, how to like just exist?
Naivety, frankly, going on. I haven't hung out with black women.
Say Monaco.
We're chilling. Everybody's late.
Basically, we're taking this.
Why you sound like that? What shut up? Everybody late.
But we're all planning on performing at this place called The Lounge.
We are gonna do a love poem. Bless, you're gonna start off. And when I raise my hand, you stop. Exactly where you are. As soon as he stops, you start your poem. When I raise my hand, you stop. You have to continue off right where you left off. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'll cook this nigga's chat.
With just one stroke of my brush, which is my pen, let me slide deep in.
That's so crazy, bro. What? What in the world, bro? Ain't no way. Those are like that's your first bars, bro. Bro, ain't no way you thought that was a purple for your first boss to say.
Picture me go. I'm
First
holding
stroke.
it down on my own. Grown bitch, hot shit. Picture me here. Britney Spears ain't got nothing on me. She be dancing on the stage. I'm amazed that
Love
she.
is a poem I spend a lifetime writing, but will only be able to live it. Cause I could spend a lifetime reciting my life's rhymes, but still die in finite. Cause I might
The
live
fuck?
in life, but I won't recapture your soul's photo and eyes and feel
Oh,
dying.
from this angle, she kind of looks like this. Who is that nigga? The fuck is that nigga? Still has my heart. Aye, nigga. Oh, which one's? Kind of like from the top, it kind of looks like one of these two girls, bro. Like in their teenage years, sort of. You can't lie. You can't lie. You can't even lie, bro. You can see the resemblance.
Finite,
If
cause
they're
I
a
might
little bit
live
more
in life,
sunburned, my
but I
nigga.
won't recapture your soul's photo and eyes and find that Mr. Wrinkle.
I was interested in taking this class because I write poetry myself, but I've never experimented with this type. And because it would be a window into Black culture for someone that's not really used to it.
Dripping with well-put thoughts and smashing ideas, taking you to a whole new level of mental ecstasy where emotional words fertilize hearts and produce heartfelt emotions.
Mental ecstasy. That is a. Hey, my bad for like pausing and searching stuff up. I just need to like really understand this. Mental pleasure. So what is he saying here?
Someone that's not really used to it.
Dripping with well-put thoughts and smashing ideas, taking you to a whole new level of mental ecstasy.
Oh, he says his ideas is so good. It gives him. He says his ideas is so good. What you call it? It gives him mental ecstasy. That's
where
I
emotional
guess.
words fertilize hearts and produce heartfelt emotion, where joy lives and eyes cry so many tears they could water the ocean.
Everybody in that class is incredible. I was blown away because everything that came out of their mouths seemed to be the honest.
Bro, tell me this nigga does look like he should be in Disney. Tell this nigga that like he looks like what's that nigga's name? The orange head nigga from Mustard and Alley, bro. Tell me he doesn't look like that's something that nigga would wear, bro.
The honest truth. And I don't hear that all the time. And I didn't know if my poetry was going to pass.
I want to take your thoughts to a higher level of sereneness, making you crave for and ask my name for just one more stroke of my genius.
Hey, bro. Hey, what's the problem? Hey, you could be outside the class, my boy. Yeah, lucky you're that, bro.
Carmen called me a bitch. I took it as though she.
Come and call me a bitch. Like, come on, bro. She didn't say it like that, bro. She didn't say it with any animosity towards you at all, bro. Me and you both know she meant it in a friendly way, but since she's
Carmen called me a bitch. I took it as though she
she's not
deliberately
gonna think.
called me that. Because come on, she's not that stupid that she didn't know that she wasn't to call me that.
I think in the excitement of the moment, I wanted to be more playful than the situation allowed for, or I assumed a familiarity that hasn't been established, and I was insensitive. I used a word that's inappropriate. So,
Bro, it's just like, bro, why moms act like there's really no need for this, bro. Let's keep it above. There's really no need for this, bro. Like, you can really just go on with your life from there and there'll be no issues or problems.
really sad. In my excitement, I won't stay as conscious as I need to be.
And see, when you get excited like that to me, that doesn't call for you to say outlandish words like calling me a bitch. That's not something that everybody just says right out in the open like that. So I felt like those were words that you really just
Yeah, she also did say, yo, bitch. This isn't GTA RP, bro. Fuck you expect what's gonna
That's
happen.
not a word that you use with me. Because if you want to go there with me, I can't go there. But I'm not one to be with. I'm serious.
I'm explaining to you where I was coming from.
Okay.
It's different than your perception. I'm trying to clear that up.
But I don't understand how that could be different. That's just something you don't say to another person that you don't even know anything about.
That is not how I meant it. And I won't do that again.
But she also shouldn't take it that serious, bro. At the end of the day, she was just trying to learn the dialect that y'all niggas say, bro. Like,
that we consider
these niggas keep on playing on my wife.
and we are aware of the things that is happening to us.
You don't have to believe me. You guys don't know me yet. He does.
No. We understand. I mean, she can say your partner. Renee's not the type. She's not gonna hold the grudge. She's gonna.
Okay, I'm afraid she is.
Renee has something on her chest. Renee's gonna get it out.
I certainly get not to call Renee a bitch, but I really think Renee can be really obnoxious.
Oh my God. I really think Renee can be really obnoxious. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. I caught another cartoon character, bro. Next to Kenny, King of the Fourth Quarter, KOT4Q.
Them to be interested in how I perceive life and not judge it.
So, is she okay? What's the matter now?
Is she crying, bro?
I think you guys are still trying to read something into it that wasn't there. I was in there trying to be black.
Bro, this is how some people are too sensitive, though, bro. Like, obviously we can't stop her from feeling the way she does. If she feels like she needs to get off the fact that she called her a bitch, like in a playful, silly, playful way, then, let her get that off. But also, bro, like, she wasn't showing any friendliness when she was teaching her the significance of what she was saying. Like, she wasn't really showing no friendliness or cooperation. It was more like, yo, do this again, I'm a bitch at you. Like, come on, bro. Like, just like chill out in that, bro.
But that's not being black.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
it was on purpose.
I
didn't know it was on
in the context of what was happening and using vernacular.
Yeah.
That's it. I didn't know not to say that.
No,
so it came out like, yo, bitch.
Yeah.
And
No, it's like, yeah, bitch. I was like, where'd that come from, bro?
I say something wrong, but you're continuing to hold
Bro,
on to
the guy felt like I felt like Ryan Garcia, bro. Or taking it with that right, bro. I was like, fuck, that came out of it. That came out of nowhere. This thing was sitting in fast shots, bro.
Exhale, everybody.
Yes, I accept her apology, but that was so rude. I feel like I was white, she probably wouldn't have done
Why she
that.
eating like that?
I was so rude. I feel like I was white, she probably wouldn't have done that. I just know.
You think so? You actually think so? On a show that was called a black family and a white family, you actually think she wouldn't say that?
What type of person I'm dealing with, and I just moved on.
I thought Mexicans in here thought saying they go regardless. Negritos.
I think Brian likes me. I think Brian thinks I'm naive and unwilling to look at the fact that there is racism and that it's tougher to be. Look at the fact makes me.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if Bruno make it on site yet.
I think Brian likes me.
I don't think he likes you, bro. Like the face that he has in his face right now, unless he just has like a resting, you know what I'm saying?
Look at the fact
face.
that there is racism and that it's tougher to be a black person in this society.
Because we're gonna go sip a little wine tonight. Yeah.
I want to show Brian that even when black people aren't around, or when white people don't think black people are around, white people don't harbor all this racism. In fact, that it truly isn't there.
Oh, everybody knows that.
Brian and I are going to go to this bar as two white guys, a primarily white bar, to discuss race.
You live here, Pasadena?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Not here. I'm in town from Georgia visiting. Santa Monica. Yes. Yeah. What's the racial?
You say, hey, Hey, what did he say exactly?
You live here, Pasadena?
Yes, I do. Oh, okay. Not here. I'm in town from Georgia, visiting.
Santa Monica.
You see how he was amused by saying Santa Monica, bro? Like,
Yeah. What's the racial situation like here in Pasadena? I'm sorry. Racial? Blacks,
Mix. It's pretty mixed. As far as in town? All just one big mix. That's what I thought.
Interracial marriages?
Yes.
Nobody cares?
Nobody cares.
How do you feel about dating interracially?
I don't have a problem with it.
Have you?
I have, yes.
this is not the guy to be asking, bro. We need a guy, find a guy at a bar with the. What's that Confederate flag,
find a
bro?
little strange.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruno just come out with his little guns blazing. You know, the first question he asked before he even says hello and really.
Yeah, that nigga did come on, bro.
Is, you know, what's the racial makeup of this area out here? I think I'm gonna lose the bet on this one. Have you ever dated a black guy?
Did I what?
Ever dated a black guy?
Yes.
I lost.
Okay, I got a question I haven't asked yet.
Yeah, and she's bad, so it's like you can tell. You can kind of tell.
Would you be less apt to consider a long-term baby in the future relationship with a black guy due to the fact that they are notorious for not sticking around and taking care of their families? Would that cross your mind?
No.
Really?
No, I did date one guy that was African American, and he's great. He's awesome. Yes. We're still really good friends, and even if we did have a serious relationship, I don't think he would.
Okay.
He would leave. I mean,
From some of the questions that Bruno was asking, just really lets me know that that's his view of the black race.
No cap, bro. He's asking these questions like.
And he found it strange that the white girl said, yeah, they would still date a black guy.
Is the myth true? Are black men more endowed than white men?
You know what? I wouldn't even ask that one.
Nah, he's gonna. Oh, I think Ryan likes me. If he did, it's over, bro. He does not like you no more, bro.
Wow.
Are you gonna understand, bro? These are black parents, my nigga. They have a very low tolerance for niggas they don't like. I mean, like, they don't know that well, you know what I'm saying? And they don't know you that well, you know what I'm saying? Even though you guys live in the same house. So you already said nigga. That was like strike number 1. You said what you call it. There's no such thing as racism. That's strike number 2. And then what you call it. And now you're asking bartenders if they think if the myth is true or not. Like, come on, nigga.
So is the myth true? Just like, I'm a lady. I won't answer that.
I'm glad she said that. See how they try to push it? I think really though, him and Carmen, they don't have no class, no manners whatsoever. You know what I mean?
At the bar, the white people showed me that they were open-minded, but Bruno showed me his mind was very closed.
Yeah, fast.
There are definitely differences in the way black people and white people live.
Our style
Think
of
so?
cooking, the way we go to church.
They are two different cultures.
There are some whites that don't think there's a difference. They don't think that blacks speak different. Or if you can't accept that, or if you don't get to know black, then you'll never understand black.
Today we're going to Jonathan's house, and a lot of people from poetry are going to be there, and also actually some of Jonathan's friends as well. I'm excited because I get to know them outside of class now.
Oh, I thought she's gonna kiss a black dude at the end of the series, bro. And that's just what's gonna end it. Like, I'm doing this experience.
My age because they're immature.
So you had bad experiences. Have you ever tried it?
No.
No.
If you're not bringing nothing, if you're gonna
Why I gotta bring something to the
you
table
have
first?
to bring something to my table.
Leave it.
So what do you bring to the table? I bring everything. I work 2 jobs. I'm in college. I make A's and B's. I have a 3.0 point blank.
There you go, girl.
But do you assume that a young man can't? And if you're not bringing that to the table, then you cannot be at my table.
Damn, hey, she's hustling, bro.
You work 2 jobs and you land up in the bed and then you always got your hand out. No.
As a white girl hanging out with the poetry people, Devon and Jonathan and Blessed and Latoya, I was more conscious of the race difference.
Rose, right?
Yes.
That's a struggle.
Me, I'm 17 and a half. I'm actually gonna be 18 in about a month.
Dang, that's what's up. When's your birthday? August.
Bro, the mannerisms just is like white. Like I feel like these black niggas already know she's white.
Virgo?
Yeah.
Virgo?
I'm a Virgo and Leo.
It's kind of obvious.
I'm on the cusp. Yeah.
The cusp, like.
It doesn't happen very often, but
I remember we talked about
it's like the last day.
Like, yeah, just like it's laughing and shit. Yeah.
I'm starting to think if you're not black, to a certain extent, you're not in that group the same way everybody else is.
You think so? Like, whoa, this is mind-boggling information, my boy.
That's really hard to deal with because when I go out, I'm putting myself on the line. Like, I gotta go in there feeling comfortable and confident.
Yo, you like every other black man, dog. You sound whack, man. Go into to get a job and start playing some tax, man. I ain't feeling my dreams, I ain't feeling my stuff. Jay Quest, you live in View Park, you ain't had it rough. So I'ma spit it for me, whoever choose to listen. And I'ma keep on doing the tracks and I'ma keep on wishing.
That was alright, bro. You didn't say nothing too crazy. I guess it,
When the
you
rap
spit.
session started up at
Boys.
Jonathan's house, I started getting a little bit nervous.
Cause you can't rap.
Exactly something I do very much.
I'm a woman, and that's how I'm coming. You trying to step to me, your punk ass just fronting. I don't give a about nobody else. I do my damn thing trying to get my wealth. I never did you dirty, never tried to did you wrong. You want to get on the song and tell me I don't belong? Trying to bust me out in front of every body that you know, but your ass got to go, bro.
I'm scared and I'm intimidated. And of course, I could say, no, sorry, I don't do that, I don't do that. But it was like, do it. You know what I mean?
What? See, this is why you're gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna get embarrassed. You're going to get embarrassed. Like,
suck ass.
Come on, man.
You say something that I haven't heard, but I'm gonna tell you one thing that is true. Here's what I seen today. Your faces make me happy.
Please get her out of here, bro. No, bro, nigga, bro. As soon as she leaves, I'm telling you, niggas is gonna start clowning, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. That's a promise. I'm telling you, that's a God-given promise, bro. You don't know what you call it. You know what I'm trying to say. Like Eminem, bro. Like just like, you know what I'm saying. You have a lane, my boy. You got a lane. Just stick to it. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like rapping's like definitely not your lane. What she say? Let me call her word for it. Said what I seen today, your faces make me happy. Like come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like come on.
Happy, but it's all I got. So here's my words, I'm gonna be shot. You know you rhyme much better than I do, and you got much beat. You gonna make lots of sense when you keep true. So thanks for stopping now and take it.
Nigga, don't, bro. That was not fire. Don't even look. Nah, stop, bro. You're pissing me off, bro. That was just a Kendrick Lamar type esque bars, bro. Stop pissing me off with that. Nah, the acting is so crazy.
Brian told me about the races that he met at Leo's bar, and I was interested in seeing what kind of response I would get by me going myself. I wanted to know how white people really felt.
Leo's bar, Lacrosse. This
evening, I'm having a drink at Leo's bar, and Brian's bartending there, and I'm gonna try to talk to someone how they feel about racism.
and yo,
Is this a pretty good bar? I'm visiting, so I'm just... Where are you visiting from? Georgia. Yeah. A lot of black people come to this bar.
I've only seen maybe one bar.
So if one was to move here, that could afford to live here, would it be a big problem, you think?
They were educated and everything like
that's so crazy. If they were educated, my boy, you already told me what you needed. I need to know. Cause let's be honest, I feel like if she made the mistake by staying in her black form, if she went to her other form, my boy, like she would get the answer that she's looking for. Instead of a t-shirt showing Lucy, I should have got her answer. Should have got her answer, but hey man.
So you feel like they do it to themselves?
Alright. Segregating themselves. I've never heard anyone say that before. What do you mean not wanting to fit in?
As you know, blacks always have to conform to, you know, white culture.
America was formed by
Right.
So that's the way it is. Good or bad,
Right.
just the way it is.
Mm.
So when people come here, that's what they should want to be. If not, go someplace else.
I knew going into this place that something may happen, but I think for the life of me, I wasn't expecting what I got out of it.
What were you expecting?
The most ignorant person I've ever seen.
And you may know this, I don't know if it's like that right here. They're proud of being dumb.
Nah, that's so crazy to say.
They go around and they just go, I'm just a dumb.
Nah.
In their community is in school and is doing good, like getting good grades and might go to college. They're like, oh yeah, you're trying to be like a whitey, aren't you?
Yeah.
The parents are saying, if you're smart, you're going to be like the white people. We don't want to be like the white people. And the way we don't be like the white people is to be dumb. Now that's here. I don't know what's like in Georgia. I'm just telling you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not religious and I don't care.
But what if I wasn't talking to this man and I was just sitting here drinking my beer? Is that what he would have thought of me? Not by talking to me, he already has this picture in his head.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's just so sad.
And niggas, what you call it? Niggas stacking his bags, nigga. He's under the rack.
I can believe some of
I just want to know what jobs they do, bro.
You was eating it up well. Who took that one for the team, bro?
That's why I was like, okay, now wait a minute. Not all black people are like that. It's like, I know, because see, look at you. Look how you're dressed.
Yeah.
But you know, he was being very honest. And I thought it's probably better not to say anything so that way he can keep saying what he needed to say. Instead of me saying my views.
Yeah, overreacting and shit like that.
What we really needed to get.
Yeah.
That bar produced some good stuff. That's twice in a row.
The Wargles are not having the same racial experiences that me and Brian are. It's kind of hard to have white people understand what it's really like to be black, to experience racism. To me, putting on the makeup doesn't really give them the experience that they need to, because if so, then they would be getting it. And right now, they're not getting it.
Facts. Also, because he's a weird ass black kid. Black guy. Downtown LA.
I'm going to a black church as a black woman, so I need to go shopping with Renee to find something to wear.
Like this may be a little bit too much for that particular church.
But what are these pieces she's wearing already?
Wear with it. I like this.
I love that. Oh, here we go, Renee. What do we think of that?
Oh, that's a little bit too much. See, like this is a little bit more subtle for me.
Although there's been some healing since the bitch incident, I don't really have a genuine affection or connection yet with Renee. There is an innate, almost
Why is this shit just trying to follow my nose for, nigga?
Now, how much is this one?
I'm a little silly looking in it.
You think so? Yeah.
Now this is cute. Here we go. Here we go. What do you think?
I don't like it. But if you like it, go
I'm kind of teasing.
Okay.
Actually, this is beautiful. But wouldn't that
I'm kind of teasing. That'd be too much, bro.
I like that. We came to the shop that had dashikis, and I thought that
Dashikis
would be beautiful. I could
All
see
right,
Bruno and
my
I
nigga.
both donning these and feeling comfortable and almost regal.
It's 4 pieces.
For the man?
Yeah, pants,
Wow.
shirt,
Yeah.
grand boo and hat.
Grand boo boo?
Yeah, that they call grand boo.
The whole idea of becoming black
It's that's not even a black person.
does, for some reason,
Nigga, why is a white nigga running a shop called
give me
Ashanti?
permission to
Ashanti's.
be more outrageous
The
in
fuck?
ways, and I like that. I like stepping into that.
One size
What do you
fit all.
think?
I think it's nice.
Wow.
That nigga just straight up
A
capped.
white woman wanting to wear an African outfit. Why does she want to do it? Is she trying to make a statement, or is she inquisitive about our race? Like we're just so different, like aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I really don't know if she's for
Yeah.
real or bad.
You like that for both of us? Okay. All right. Let's do that. Okay. I was excited to wear these dashikis because they're just gorgeous. And I felt proud and beautiful. Wow, there's some neat shops. Maybe I'll come back down again with Rose.
There is.
Don't ever come back down here again, my nigga. Especially your white self, my boy. Bro's gonna be rocking the worst fits around the house, bro. Nigga.
Making the friends that I have in poetry class has taught me about the confidence, the creativity, and the articulation very unique to Black culture. They have encouraged me to write what makes me tick. I have been wanting to put together a poem that speaks of my experience in this project, how it's been really kind of this shade of gray. The same way that they get up
Shade
and
of
offer
black,
me their
really.
truth, I find a vision of a piece of myself.
My bad.
We are going to, the poem that you think that you're going to read, and then we're going to discuss it and comment on it. We're all going to free criticize, like, you know what, I think this, that, and then we're going to give constructive criticism, and we'll also discuss your poems and what they mean to you and all that good stuff. So, let's get crack-a-lacking.
Vivid, self-locked. Who gave my father that title? Who was there for me when I was sick? Who was there for me when my mother applied for Wickers? I ate that government cheese. Now you want to step to me and say, please, see, back up out my space. See, I'm about to put you in your place. Don't step up to me and expect me to call you father. Don't you even bother.
Damn.
You been all this time. Life is streets. That's why I you been all this time. Life.
Who the fuck is that? That's not the girl. That's not the girl. You can't tell. What the? Why does she look like that? You can't tell me that's her. Who is that? Why does she look like that?
That's why I start writing poetry.
She crying?
Start writing poetry.
People are probably going to be stunned, and you're going to continue to have that blank silence your whole life. So just really understand that that means
She's
it's brilliant.
she's really
That's
different.
coming from the heart. I can tell that this is all you. And every time you do this, it's always going to be flawless because it's all you.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but they have
Oh, this gay nigga
never
here, bro.
inflicted as much pain as
My bad. No, shit.
words
Chill
have
out.
on
There's
me.
nothing wrong with that.
One word in
Nothing wrong.
particular. A small, 3-letter word. Fag or faggot.
See?
Whichever you prefer. Am I would wonder?
See? I told you this man's gay, bro. I told
Well,
you.
if by gay you mean, am I attracted to boys, then the answer is no. I've never been attracted to any boy or man.
Hey, man. So, like, the weather's looking kind of nice today, man. Like, I just realized, like, the weather's mad nice today, bro.
I would change
Right.
all of me just to wash this ugliness off of me. This isn't me. This isn't what I wanted to grow up to be, honestly.
Wait, so, is he? Or what is he talking?
I feel like at the beginning you held back. But I can say that like you could really kill that piece if you would just, you know, put you in that.
To be yourself and be real to what you feel, and you're beautiful. Your words and everything, it's coming together.
Okay, Rose, do your thug thizzle.
Oh my god.
So should I do instead of, let's see.
Bro, this nigga's so ass. That nigga start clapping before she even does the shit. Niggas just want it to be over with.
With matters of gray, there's no one word. In fact, I can't even really speak about it. Don't get me wrong, because I talk all the time and I am a talker by nature. But when it comes to black and white, it all turns gray. I have struggled with this poem. The main point of this is actually my experience in this project, how it's been really kind of this shade of gray. And so I wrote a poem titled Matters of Gray, and it talks about how things aren't so black and white.
I like how what you call it. I like what you call it. The perspective she's coming from, and the name of the title of the poem. I like that.
I can only offer my ignorance. These are the words of a girl who has attempted listening to another side, hoping that the divide is slighter than expected and that I will be relieved by the growth of people. Well, if color means so much anyway, then why can't we get it straight? And that's one member.
Lean up against the wall. Comments?
I just felt like, that's it? Like, I didn't connect to anything. It just seemed like it was like you were giving a speech.
The performance I thought was excellent. I think that you have all those things in you to do anything. And the writing that you presented and the poetry that you presented has showed an amazing amount of talent, amount of range.
It was literally just a speech, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
So, and I think that's because you're not necessarily doing that poem for you. That poem I don't feel is all from you and what you want to say from you.
Group hug.
Well, this is so different.
Insecure, like, am I not good enough because I'm white, or am I
She
not
crying?
cool enough because I'm me? I think the deceit here is really presenting itself
Oh my.
uncomfortably because it's not just dealing with race. Because they are such a group of honest individuals, the makeup itself is a lie.
Oh my, she's
Honestly,
crying.
what I'm trying to grapple with right now is if I would like to come back into that class and tell them the truth.
So wait, they don't even know? I thought they did. She's a weird ass person. Now they definitely now. Wait, what the fuck? What's up with my shit, bro? Let's just pause randomly. Nah, but they definitely know though. They for sure know. They just not saying nothing. Cause yeah. That's all I gotta say. Cause yeah.
Church is at 12.
We have to go with them when they got on dashiki. What colors is dashikis when they're bright yellow and green?
They're probably orange or something like
What
No,
color?
it's like a rust color and gold.
Why don't they just dress like Aunt Jemima on the syrup bottle? And get
Nah.
What he gonna dress up as?
He can dress like Uncle Ben.
Hey, what? I forgot what she even looks like on that bottle.
You know, it's crazy.
She wanted to.
No, I want them to wear
They're
it
good.
because I want them to see how ridiculous they are. Because if that's their impression of black, then that's garbage.
At all the time I went to
Yeah.
church, I've never seen one black person wear a dashiki. Everybody come in with
If
suits
they
and
are,
ties.
Bruno and Carmen are so retarded. I just think they took the dashiki thing a little bit too far. They're trying to go way over the top. I think that's just, they're being ignorant with their way of impressing on black people.
Niggas is just arriving. I wish you could arriving at the crib all.
Oh, good question.
Yeah, it's a good
Thank you
question.
for asking.
Yeah.
Do you think they wear traditional African garb for this church?
We gotta know that. But they're
King
so,
Bruno.
they're so beautiful. They're so
King
beautiful.
Bruno.
Yeah, no, I can get into that.
Honey, take off your shirt if you're going to do it.
No, it just says,
oh my God.
wow.
Gorgeous on you.
All right, so
Nah, bro, that guy, bro, that guy look like a bosses, bro. Like, nigga, this is OG Among Us, my brother. Let's keep it a beans.
It's beautiful.
Nigga, as soon as I walk in, bro,
Your mom thought it would be good, right?
If that's what you wanted to wear, I said,
it's I know what you call it. They're gonna think they're very African. As soon as they hear the voices, then they gotta know that's not true.
I wouldn't wear it.
Or they're imposters.
To wear it.
And they're gonna know that.
Like it. I mean, I like it, but it's not something I would wear. I would.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'd have fun wearing it.
Personally,
have fun wearing it.
Right.
Because I think that honestly, if you wear those, everybody gonna say, "Who the hell are these people coming in here with that?"
I don't
That
think
just
it's necessarily
heightens.
a bad thing.
Well, at least take them tomorrow then. See what they say. They might
We'll take them.
take them.
I'm getting a mixed message.
Nah, he looks fed up with this, bro.
Why would she say the dashikis would work and then later say they wouldn't? Why would she say the dashikis would work and then later say they wouldn't?
What are some facial expressions?
I mean, are
Just
you
interesting,
trying
my
to
bad.
help me or not? How do you think we're
They
doing?
wouldn't.
I didn't think you guys were
No,
getting.
that's
Or
that's
not.
bro. That's a different type of hatred, bro.
How do you think we're doing?
Look at her nose, bro. Nah, that nigga has a
I
full
didn't
face of
honestly didn't
hate.
think you guys were getting it yet. I don't feel that you're getting the experiences that I go through on a daily, and that's the reason I say that.
We each brought to this table our own perceptions based on who we are. That you and I had conflict probably had to happen. I'm sensitive. You have ideas. You know, charges on certain words or on whites not understanding blacks or whatever it is. I have an ongoing paranoia that I'm going to say something politically incorrect. You know, I can't even talk without being paranoid. And I was playing when I said bitch, and it got boom. I don't want to reenact that. I'm just, hang on. Oh, what?
But you know what? We're not all that different.
That's what I've been saying.
Bro,
But that's kind of where I'm coming from.
nigga, what did you just say? Nigga said we're not that different.
Of my belief, and so far, that's kind of what I've been experiencing.
Brian
That's his experience, man.
experienced racism. I don't know if he's
You can't.
looking for
The thing is, you can't look for racism. It just finds you. You know what I'm saying?
it, and he sort of assumes that in any situation where he's not getting what he feels is his due, it's because he's black. I think there's a part of that there.
Yeah.
But where do you go from that? It's like a checkmate. What do I say?
There's
there?
also race hunting. If you know what I'm trying to say, like trying to racism hunting, like trying to find racism.
I
trying
don't
to
believe
blame
that
it on
racism is nearly as bad now as it was 40 or 50 years ago, at least in this country.
Wow. No, that. Come to think of it, you might be right. You might be right. Especially with segregation, like that, yeah.
It's gotten a little
You
better.
might be right.
But in the same hand, it hasn't. It's to me now, it's more sneaky.
It's become
Bro,
politically.
I'd rather passive aggressive racism than what you call it. The aggressive shit that they were doing. Hosing niggas down is so crazy to me, bro. Hosing a nigga down in any capacity is just crazy,
to
bro.
acknowledge our race.
If they did that now, hey! And then, bro, you gotta see 100 niggas crying with their phones out.
I think it would
Trying to
be
get your
better
badge
to
number and
have
registration.
it like it was back in the day, because you know what you're dealing with.
Let's receive our choir at this time.
First AME church. Damn.
We ended up deciding not to wear the dashikis because we didn't want to draw that much attention to us. We just wanted to go and experience the church as part of the black community.
I'm here to tell you that God can turn around anybody. God can turn around any situation. God can do it. I've seen
Nigga,
him
why
do
is she putting her hand up?
time in and time out. God can change any circumstance. God can change any situation. God can change. I once was lost in sin.
Actually, that's not crazy for her to be doing that.
Have a little talk with Jesus. Make everything all right. God can fix any life.
My theory on church is I'm going to get the word. If I was playing God, God would say, just come and let me give you the word. At the same time, I do think they went a little bit overboard.
Are you ready to go? Yeah. Are you ready to go?
All these niggas having like mannerisms, bro. What the fuck? Now, what is this shit?
I dug it. I dug the music. I dug the cheering, and it really got into it. I really enjoyed it. The regular church, it's just not as fun. It's just not as fun. They just get up and they rock. It's a show. It's a pep rally, and it's wonderful.
It's wonderful. All right, nigga.
It's one thing to catch the word and feel the flow and do it, not because they were, felt compelled because of the color of the makeup they had on. Bruno, his ass is all about passing, so I'm gonna do the black. Hey man.
Is this an Italian family? Bruno's an Italian name.
Bullshit.
Nigga looks Italian.
I wasn't acting black. I was acting like Bruno. I think I represent the black race well.
The fuck? Boy, niggas is talking and say this is so fun. All right, nigga.
That he also is.
Nigga, another life is going down here when you're praising the Lord is amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But you know, like a nigga's being worked out too hard when a nigga is praising the Lord and it's like, whoo, I had too much fun. Like, that's fun and
The
still.
poetry classes are so
it's not
honest.
fun, bro.
I just cannot stand lying to them anymore. I am not going back there pretending anymore.
Nigga, what's that gonna do for them? They already know. I've been telling you, they already know. Everybody knows there's something up with you, bro.
These are the people I want to be real with. I really need to tell them the truth.
Niggas find out on your first
I have something
day.
to tell you, and I don't exactly know how to say it. I'm actually a white girl in black makeup.
I live in Santa Monica. I've told you the truth since the beginning, except for the fact that I've walked in here in makeup, and that is the lie. This writing class is one of the most incredible places I think I've ever been and heard anybody speak. I can't imagine how it would feel. For some, it might feel pretty like whatever, and some
Oh my, nobody cares
others
that
could
much,
be deeper,
nigga.
and I don't want to
Fuck.
start thinking that I know because I'd like you to tell me. So please, give me what you got.
Niggas know,
To
bro.
me, you seem extremely intelligent and well-spoken, and I appreciate that you take this opportunity not as entertainment, but that you truly appreciate what you can get out of it and what anybody else who sees this can get out of it. So I do appreciate that, and that you are genuine.
I really appreciate that.
I just want to say to you, I have no animosity or ill will. I can only imagine how hard this might be for you. So I just want to let you know
That's
that
how
you
you
need
say
to
it.
lean on me, and I'll hope to speak for everybody else to just lean on us. I think it is important that you do befriend us and get to know us in ways that you might have never known us.
Well,
before.
that's such
And
a
I
crazy way to put the terms like what you call it, black versus white people. That's such a crazy way to put it. Know us like
that you get to know people you never knew, and just find love that you might not have known
it's
existed.
a people,
in certain
not like
places.
us. Like
You
like
guys
you some
don't
kind of
hear
fucking
any
animals, my
question,
nigga.
Bring it at me, please.
Yes. I don't feel better. I feel like throwing up.
What?
And right now, looking at you, I am disgusted.
Nah, nah. Bad James Charles is going off, bro.
And right now, looking at you, I am disgusted.
I am disgusted.
I'm afraid because I cannot see you. I cannot see who you are. You have not shed one tear in apologizing to me. Not one.
Well, what is that going to do anything? Just because she didn't cry makes what you call it her confession less valid?
You sound like the most rehearsed person I've ever met out of all the people in this class.
Oh.
And you haven't even begun to apologize to me. Everybody's like, oh, we're cool, we're here for you. They're not speaking for me. They are not speaking for me.
Oh, they're not speaking for me. All right,
Everybody's like, oh, we're cool, we're here for you. They're not speaking for me. They are not speaking for me.
James is
At
going
all.
too crazy a little bit, bro.
So cry so I can see part of your white skin. Because I don't know who you
Nah, ain't no way. Niggas, I'm gonna see it one way or the other, nigga. Ain't no way. Nigga, we just forced that.
I don't know who you are.
Let me go her first, and then.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. So cry so I can see part of your white skin. Because I don't at all. So cry so I can
So cry. No, you went too crazy with that. And that way he just accepted that, bro. No, this thing is crazy for that, bro.
Let me go her first and then come back to you. Cool?
Okay.
I don't feel like you were blaming me, so thank you for being honest with me. I happen to be a
Wait, how did she just recover that quickly? That was definitely fake
emotional
tears, my
girl,
nigga.
And I have cried about twice every day, and to be able to get through days like this has been something I have never done before.
You think so?
And I couldn't prepare myself for this.
Everybody in this class will know, whatever Chad said in this room, you will know that he is speaking honesty. That there will be no, I was waiting until class was over to say blah, 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 blah. Chad's not like that. But everybody's thinking it and wants to give each other a look. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm gonna say it. I love you like I love myself. Pray for me like I pray for you. And that's all I have to say. I apologize.
Hey. At least it's real with it, like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. I said, yo, go ahead and cry though. that's still kind of crazy to me.
Today the poetry class is coming over, and this is definitely the first time they're gonna see me as who I am, white. And I'm freaked out. I do not know if they're going to accept me.
Hello.
Jonathan.
Rose.
Why is she laughing like that? You see how that's only one black nigga cause the niggas know the culture, bro.
Serious?
They're just gonna show up an hour later. There's always that one token black guy, and the rest is, you know what I'm saying, laid by a little bit.
I didn't know that it was me. I was stunned. I had no idea I pulled it off that well.
Yo.
And that it was me. I was stunned. I had no
My bad.
idea
I was kind
pulled it off that
I was
well.
kind of what you
And
call it.
it was
I was bugging for a
definitely
second.
shocking
I was bugging for a second.
Hilarious.
That's what I told her. She's still...
You see how they cut the clip? This is 5 hours later, my nigga.
You are really white, like not even a little bit. Like if I saw you on the street, I'd be like, she's white.
yeah, there's no mistake here, my nigga.
They're blue.
I'm gonna be staring at you the whole time.
That's okay.
So I'm just like this,
I understand.
because you look totally different.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. She kind of bad. The hug
What I
it?
got the most from telling them the truth was I've got friends. Right now, I've got the beginning of a lot of friendships.
But that's a long hug though. That's a long ass hug, man. That's when you're gay, you gotta do like gay privileges.
But I told him there's no explanation for the equation of our love sessions because you occupy my mind, leaving no more room for stressing because I want to play with you and in you and around you and close
Oh, hold on. What Paris
on
at?
top of you in all different ways. And I'll let your curves plot my course. And since I believe in equality, you can choose soft or full force.
Nah. Bro, these black niggas didn't have a choke on the white bitches in their family, bro. I've never heard anything so rough in my life, and she's clapping like he just like did the best performance of his life. Like, this was a solo, bro. I thought she was gonna get mad or something. Bro, she bad. She bad. Is this him shooting a shot?
Mathematicians can't understand our love. They even ask for lessons, but I told them there's no explanation for the equation of our love sessions because you occupy my mind, leaving no more room for stressing because I want to play with you and in you and around you and coast on top of you in all different ways. And I'll let your curves plot my course. And since I believe in equality, you can choose soft or full force.
You could never be happy with one like me because I can't keep up with your output and demand expectancy.
Oh,
and it's not as though I did not try. But finally, I had to stop and ask myself,
what you call it, performing at her, I bet.
Why?
Damn.
Rose's poetry group was a group of pretty amazing, articulate, powerfully spoken young people.
Why is she crying?
It was inspiring for me to hear them speak their truth. So I did get up and I was able to speak from my heart. I'm grateful to be touched by the children in this room, their courage, and their beauty inspired me as a poet. The immediacy of your love and the availability of your heart and a powerful black man's physique and sweetness.
Just see what I say to you, bro. What I say to you, bro. Like, nigga, if I'm the husband, I'm concerned.
Are something to behold. The midwifing you and your partner are doing with these young souls, I thank you. And I don't get you. You're off the charts. Are you gay or straight? You are so sweet and wise and poetic and beautiful beyond your years. Thank you. Moved by the beauty of this magnificent black creature. Profoundly touched by her candor and love.
What is he doing?
What are you doing? For Carmen to point out, you beautiful black creature.
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
kind of crazy.
Whoa. I always feel like she always has to go there with someone to just leave that lasting insult.
Thank you all and welcome.
I was so embarrassed and mad and angry at the same time. I was like,
Oh no, we got an angry black woman on our ass now.
again.
This is
You
like.
have to leave?
After she spoke to everybody, it was like, okay, I gotta go. All the people in the audience felt uncomfortable continuing on.
God knows my mother is
walking
strange
home
and
from there?
She can't contain herself sometimes. I know how she can be misconstrued and misunderstood.
Anybody involved in a communication decides to shut down, it's over.
And you're ready to do that, Renee?
Well, see, I don't know because, see, your mom said some strange things to me that it's hard for me to just really let go, and it just makes me wonder what type of person she really is.
Come on, bro. It's really that
She
deep.
didn't even know. And to me, for her to just call him out like that, that brought me back to when she said, called me the B word. I don't like that. To me, that's just judging somebody right from
She's
the
gonna
back.
this bro. She's acting like she just lost the World Cup final, bro. She reminds me of looking like Luka Modric, bro. like look at the way. It's getting to a point, bro. The time is approaching where this nigga's
Just judging somebody
like lay the nastiest bomb.
right from the back, and you don't know anything about their inside, what they like, or anything. You're just looking at the outside.
Oh, man. First of all, I have never called any one of you a negative name. That was an exercise off of a sheet. We've talked about it.
Okay. I'm one, I accepted her apology. I'm not one to like let things go.
No.
Oh, but you told me you let it go like that.
I said I'm over it, but that just tells me how to deal with you from now on until this project is over.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, see.
That's just me.
So you just like shut off now? Honestly.
Yeah, I really am, yes.
Okay. No? Honestly.
Yeah, I really am, yes.
Okay.
If I was practicing
get
with
it,
someone
too.
that I didn't even know, regardless of race,
Well, why is the little white girl talking?
call you a name. Regardless of what was on a sheet of paper, black and white. I'm sorry.
I can appreciate your point of view.
Well, this look is low-key like good looking, bro.
And if you want to use what I did with the poetry group as evidence that for some reason you don't trust me, I can't argue with that. You either get me or you don't. And you'll either trust me or you won't. To not be seen or loved and to be made wrong and held wrong, it's really hard. Especially,
the difference between the races is based on just this type of thing. Oh, that was said? Well, that means this.
Well,
And I'm
they already knew that whites are insensitive and ignorant. I heard that from the beginning, and you're coming here to prove that we say stupid things. Something like that.
I think the teenager
sure,
somewhat
I fulfilled that
understands,
for you.
bro.
Forget it. It's never going to go anywhere.
We could just accept the differences. No, it's not going to work. I feel it. It's like, this just does not work. And I'm sorry about that. You know, because I can see what's neat about you. Huh?
No, you're not. Don't say, yeah, I am too.
But you know what?
See what's neat about you. Huh?
No, you're not. Don't say, yeah, I am too.
But you know what?
Nigga called the bullshit immediately.
I just can't be that way. I'm not one to just
There you go. You
let
can't
it go.
be that way. End of story. You've been many different things
I
other
am
than
many
what,
different things.
you know,
I've made.
Renee is fixated on. So has that changed your mind at all? I get it hasn't. You got your definition, that's it. You're gonna paint Carmen in that
okay.
way
It's a
forever.
choice. You know,
and
I'm going on what I've seen.
Damn.
And that's what we're dealing with in this project.
Damn.
Right?
That's true.
This is a very, very accurate microcosm of what can happen.
What the fuck? Nigga, what? Microcosm, my nigga? I don't even know what that means.
All over the world, every day.
Is that?
Previously.
Well, you already know what we got to do, my nigga. Not today, obviously. I told you niggas it's gonna be a short stream. An hour and 24 minutes, my nigga. Damn, my nigga. Damn. Damn, I should add my outro into this bitch as well. Hold on, let me just do that for you real quick. Da, 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 da. Oh, wait, this. Oh, switch onto this is for you niggas as well. All right. A new source. Fuck, where is it? There it is. Transform. 50 screen now, baby. That's how they go. Hello, my nigga. But what happened to this shit, bro?
I go full out when I rehearse, run it back like reverb. Wonder if they care how many cigarettes in each verse. Fifi on a feature, shaking like a sea-shirt.
I don't know what I did, but hold on, I'm sorry. Just like I'm sorry, I have to do this, bro. Fuck, I really should have just done this in my spare time, bro. There you go, my niggas. Yeah. Let me replay it again for you niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's been your boy, son of my nigga. I'll see you niggas later, you know what I'm saying?